Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at my Ardent Apex Grand. It's a 7.3-to-1 baitcaster. I want to show you how I spooled up with fluorocarbon. So this is a reel I've had for probably 2 or 3 years now. It has the backing already on it. I use old mono that on a big spool, and basically when I get a new Ardent, I'll just fill them up. Just you can see just about that much. Just enough to get a good base layer there. That way you're not using as much fluorocarbon, the expensive line. I have Cigar. This is my favorite rod. It's a big sexy. It's a 7.4 to medium heavy. So I use this rod for pitching, flipping a lot. I'm going to be spooling it up with Cigar. It's 20-pound Vizex, and I want to get started here and show you real quick how we get this all dialed in. So I'm going to take that mono backing that I was telling you about and my fluorocarbon leader. You're going to cross them. You're going to wrap right down it about 5 times or so. And you're going to take that tag of the mono after it wrapped around the fluorocarbon, go down through, pinch it. And when you're pinching it here, the key is to get that little hole there, because you're going to want to take your fluorocarbon, wrap it around the mono the opposite direction, and that little hole I was showing you that you had created where your mono tag goes through, you're also going to drop your fluorocarbon through it. So once you do that, you're going to take each tag line, each of those ends, get a hold of them, wet it a little bit, cinches it down, makes it nice and tight. You're going to cut both those tag lines off. Nice and smooth. You can see that little knot that we created. And what's nice about that, not that when you're flipping or pitching you're ever going to get down to where that knot is, but should you for some reason go fun fishing and hook a striper or something big, you don't have to worry about that knot breaking. You can pull on that thing as hard as you want. You're not going to break it. So after that, we're going to take our line. See this favorite hat? Great hat for this sort of thing. You're going to take your Cigar line spool. You can set it right in that hat. And when you get it in there, it'll take a second to get it sit in the right direction. It'll just unspool right off of it. Nice and simple. Keep your rod tip up. Keep the tension on it. I usually put my fingers on the fluorocarbon too as I'm going, just to keep it extra tight. And I'll show you here in a second where I stop on the spool once I got it completely filled up with my fluorocarbon line. So depending on what you're using, you can have more or less backing. If this is a reel that I would use every time for flipping, then I would have more backing on there, and that way I'm putting less of your 20-pound fluorocarbon, just because it's more expensive. It'll save you some money in the long run. If you have to make real long casts, if you're throwing a spinner bait, a crankbait, that sort of thing, then you want to make the backing be less. So you want to always be able to make a long cast, even if you break some off. That way you're not constantly respooling. So here, I want to show you now when I'm reeling it up. You can see I bring it up right to where that edge is. You want to have your spool nice and full, because that's what allows you to maximize your casting distance. It also adjusts the amount of line that you bring up on each turn. So depending on your gear ratio, this is a 7.3-to-1. Say it picks up 28 inches of line. If you don't have that completely filled, then you're only going to be picking up like 26 inches. Or if you have like not a whole lot on there, it might be only 18 inches. It completely varies. So to get the most out of your reel, make sure you have it full, spooled up, completely full, and that way you're getting the most out of your reel that you're using. So if you're in the market, highly recommend checking out the Apex Grand. The 7.3-to-1 is my favorite. If you're looking for a rod, the Big Sexy, it's a great flipping rod. But thanks for watching.